It's 5 o'clock Mountain Time. That means it's time for Tom and Shane, the business and politics. Sorry we're a little late. Computer issues, as always. Give us give us all
on,
kinds of crap.
on both sides of the border, and not just in your country, and mine too.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. So, but anyway, we're happy to be here with you today. Thanks so much for joining us. We we got to talk about Ben and Jerry today because, well, I don't know. I guess they didn't learn anything from Bud Light. They didn't learn anything from Target. When are these companies going to learn not to inject themselves into politics, Shane? And
Yeah,
this
it's
one's kind
unbelievable.
of, this one's a little. This one's got a few wrinkles in it that we need to talk about, Shane. Today. So
Let's look at the results. So,
yeah, go for it.
back in May, this started, right? And Unilever is a global uh,
Mhm.
brand,
They're the Procter and Gamble of Europe.
that's right. $4,437 it was
Yeah.
trading at, and now it's dropped to $3,962. So they've done a real favor to Unilever,
Yeah.
it's one of these things you look at it and you go like this is sorry. Unilever bought Ben and Jerry's and their other
Mhm.
ice cream companies back
Mhm.
in 2000 for
Yeah, it was a ways ago. Yeah.
1.63 billion, which of course at the time 326 million
Mhm.
US, which we've all heard about in the news. But
Yeah.
what's really weird is that these guys start, jerking off about
Mhm.
reparations and
Get in the center of the screen.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, move your screen or move your camera.
No,
we're
it was
we're seeing your
me.
chin. We're seeing your chin. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, but the point I wanted to make is um, the way that they set this up was a franchise basis where
Mhm.
people would pay Ben and Jerry's to franchise their ice cream for them.
Yeah.
It's like McDonald's, and they make it and mail and ship it off in trucks and blah blah blah. Anyway,
Mhm.
long story short, when they sold it to Unilever, they continued with the same process. Last November, Unilever gives a licensing agreement to someone in the West Bank in Israel, and these guys went off. They went off the wall. They're suing the company. I mean, so not only are
Mhm.
they about reparations and this whole issue with India, but they're anti-Semitic. I mean, this is good stuff,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Well, they are. Yeah. Yeah. They're they're defund the police. They're everything
Yeah.
woke folks are, like it or not. But anyway, the gist of the story, I think everybody probably knows by now that they think Mount Rushmore should be given back to the Lakotas.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court ruled that the Lakota land was taken from them, and they were due 105 million, but they refused the payment, demanding that the land be returned. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't think they got the land back. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, and the buildings would make it probably a great casino. I mean, when
Well, that's
you
what
look
I'm
at,
thinking. Their factories would make great casinos for
yeah,
the yeah.
the Chickasaw
Mhm.
Nation in
Mhm.
California, they have the Wingstar World Casino and Resort is
Mhm.
in Oklahoma. That's the largest one,
Yeah.
and the Windstar Resort, of
Mhm.
course,
Mhm.
is in California. As I said, excuse me, I got it on in my. I was going to have to fix my screen again.
Yeah.
But the great thing about it
Mhm.
is about 510
Mhm.
you know, Indian casinos in the United States ever since they had the
Ma'am, we
right.
don't need to go that
No,
far
no,
astray.
but the point is like the chief, of the tribe
Mhm.
that their factories are on is saying, we want the land back. We want to set up a
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah, their headquarters in South Burlington is on land previously controlled by the Ab- Abenaki people. I'll get that right in a minute. And yeah, they want their land back. But what the interesting wrinkle in this, Shane, of course, you just mentioned it earlier, is that Ben and Jerry sold the thing a few years ago, uh, for some big bucks. So if you're boycotting Ben and Jerry, you're not boycotting Ben and Jerry. You're boycotting Unilever. So which haven't
That's
done
right.
anything. They haven't done anything.
I know.
So yeah, they're no problem. So what's the deal?
It's a goofy world, is it not?
Oh, for sure it is. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
And
I
it's
don't know if I
gonna.
can get all this. I don't know if I can get all this on the screen. Betty Jerry and another founded 60s utopia is common knowledge that and he didn't have a native people. All people living here had ancestors who migrated from elsewhere and so on. So you can read the rest of that. I guess that's a long one,
Yeah,
Nancy. Well,
it is.
the thing we've got to stress here, Shane, there's one very important underlying thing with this giving land back to somebody or whatever. Every square inch of land on this planet since the beginning of time was taken by someone from someone else by force.
That's correct.
I mean, that's it. Maybe Antarctica might be the exception. I don't know, but but every single piece of land, every inch has they've fought wars over it. They've conquered each other over it, and the Indians are no different. They massacred each other, enslaved each other.
That's right.
They've done the whole 9 yards of that.
Most people buy a small quart of ice cream. I do. I like Haagen-Dazs. Having said that, Unilever needs to stamp at the bottom of their containers. We were all slaves. So when people finish their ice cream, they get the whole truth. Like that's what you just said is the whole truth.
Yeah, well, they should just put on the bottom of the carton is that Ben and Jerry are idiots. They should put down there. So,
well, it's so circumspect, especially when you look at this issue of them suing Unilever about licensing someone in the Middle East. I mean, everyone loves ice cream. Even your president loves ice cream.
I was going to say, who cares? For these guys to voice anything about a company they've already sold, screw them. Who cares?
The only mistake Ben and Jerry made was they didn't pay Nancy Pelosi enough to put their ice cream in the refrigerator.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah, she didn't buy that crap they put out.
She had a Haagen-Dazs, wasn't it?
Yeah. A piece of trivia: Unilever bought Ben and Jerry's and Slim Fast on the same day. They're going to cover all bases. $2.5 billion. They bought both companies. Yeah. So they've got the fat people, they got the skinny people. So they got it made.
Yeah, and a processed food that greatly contributes to overweight people and really ruins people's blood sugar system. So I mean, like it gets back to why are you saying this? I mean, these guys are rich. They own several homes. Looked at their
they're Bernie Sanders. They're Bernie Sanders camp. They like him, and well, if you look at the picture of them, they're very sad guys, which is typical of woke liberals.
Of socialists.
They're not happy. They're never happy.
They're typical socialists because they have money.
Well,
they can afford to be socialists.
Well, that's what's the problem? Hey, but I don't think they're going to give their land up anytime soon. But I don't know. Maybe they will.
Well, this story, Unilever wants to go away because obviously it's causing the stock to drop.
Just change the name of the packaging. Change the name of the packaging to Unilever ice cream or whatever.
Or call it Jerry's and Ben's.
I don't know.
BJ, you can't use BJ. That would
you can't use BJ.
You can't call it BJ ice cream.
No,
my God, that would blow people right out of the room. So to speak.
That's not going to work. Well, they could call it Bud Heavy, I guess. Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. But anyway, I don't know what these companies think. When they involve their company name in politics, they gotta they got to know, is it just that they're just so self-centered on themselves that the workers and look what happened to Bud Light. They're laying off workers. Their factories are, they've shut down production in some places.
That's right.
I mean, they've lost billions on this thing, and there's yet to be any kind of thing from Anheuser-Busch that came out and said, "Hey guys,
We
we've
made a
screwed up.
mistake.
We
Yeah,
screwed up.
the-
We made a
you know,
mistake."
that's right. The last guy that did that was Coke. Remember when they changed the
Yeah.
formula?
Oh,
And it took less than a year later for the CEO come out and say, "We made a
yeah.
mistake. We're going to call this new Coke Zero, and we're going
Yeah.
to go back to the old formula." Because
Well,
that's what they were, zeros. They weren't heroes, but
well, now the Zero didn't come along too much later.
I know that.
And it's diet, by the way, too. So.
Yeah, I know. It didn't work out.
Yeah, no. But they changed
Well,
it.
they did it because back then when this happened, NutraSweet was everything. And NutraSweet replaced the bunny rabbit scrolling across your TV screen, right? NutraSweet.
Yep, I lost your sound.
And anyway, long story short,
So, I don't know. I
You
don't know
lost
what
my
he's saying.
sound?
I don't know if you can hear either one of us.
I can hear you fine.
But anyway,
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, so I don't know what you're saying.
Oh,
So-
well,
I don't know if anybody can hear us. If we just suddenly went away, let us know in the comments because I don't know where I don't know. The computer's been acting up all day on both of our ends, so we're not sure
Can you hear me now?
if we're actually on or not. So I don't know.
So
But,
can you hear me now?
Nancy says she can hear you or hear me anyway. I don't know if you can hear Shane or not. I can hear both
Can
of
you
you.
hear me
Okay, I
now?
guess you can hear us. I just can't hear Shane.
You still can't hear me.
Go ahead, Shane.
Well, StreamYard says it's all cool and everything's right. So I guess I'll talk to the people that can hear me. Anyway, look, the terrible thing about the result of this is it forces people to make choices. And, the great thing about capitalism is you have competition and you have choices. And people will move. They've shown that with Target, with Budweiser, and that's what'll happen here. So it's a wonder that one of the big box food places hasn't stepped up and made the mistake of saying, well, I don't know what they would do about their French fries to make a change, but whatever.
Well, I have no idea what you said, so I can't comment on it. I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know I'm not sure what is going on, but I think we're going to have to end this, Shane, because if I can't hear you, we can't comment back and forth. So that's going to defeat our purpose here. So
Yeah. That's
all right,
true.
hey, in spite of all our stupid issues and everything else, don't forget. Subscribe, ring the notification bell. Let us know what you want to hear, what you like, what you don't like the sound going crazy and StreamYard screwing up. But well, that's where we find ourselves. So we really appreciate it. But yeah, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Like us, we picked up a couple more subscribers, and we really appreciate that very much. So we're happy about that. So our next podcast, of course, will be on Thursday. So we will see you then. For now, bye for now.